In the Baki story, there exists a phenomenon that specifically has intrigued all of us when we first saw it, and that is Baki's demon brain. Today we will explore the demon brain, its origins, implications, and the strength it brings to the forefront of the story. Watch till the end and I'll show you some very special information about Baki's demon brain. Following Baki's fight with Pickle, he had a body scan to record his condition, just to make sure he was doing okay. But later that night, Kureha noticed something alarming. So alarming, he called his associate, Mogi, to come immediately. And what they saw was the demon brain. Compared to a regular brain, they described it as something that looks satanic, also describing the creases and the wrinkles on the brain to be extensive and truly disturbing, questioning if the owner of the brain is really from the human race, calling them a real demon. The demon brain is a term coined within the universe of Baki, and it refers to maybe a state of heightened mental and physical prowess that Baki achieves through awakening himself as a child of Hanma in the father-son fights. This state really is not just a psychological phenomenon. It could be shown as a manifestation of synergy between Baki's fighting spirits and the actual extraordinary capabilities of his brain. To understand the formulation of Baki's demon brain, we must dive into his younger years, which actually is quite significant because it could tie back to why the demon brain emerged in the father and son arc. Baki, from a very young age, specifically was exposed to harsh combats and generally sought to surpass his father, Yujiro, because he was raised to do so. This desire, fueled by an unyielding determination, became the driving force behind his training. As Baki matured as a fighter, so did his mentality and physical conditioning. The demon brain generally emerged as a refinement or an add-on of Baki's demon back, representing a state where his cognitive abilities reached an unprecedented level. By the time Baki had the upper hand against Yujiro in the fights, Baki's brain would most likely be operating at a maximum efficiency, allowing for split-second decision making, heightened sensory perception, or just to read the intents of Yujiro before he attacks or makes a move. The demon brain isn't merely just a physical transformation or a mental transformation, but more so like a metamorphosis for Baki that could transcend the boundary of his own conventional martial arts, possibly making Baki's thought process become fluid or adaptive, similar to a well-oiled machine capable of processing vast amounts of information in the heat of the moment or in the heat of battle in a very big way. This mental acuity grants Baki an edge that extends beyond sort of sheer physical strength, setting him apart from other fighters in the verse. His reflexes become so acute, precise, that he could evade attacks effortlessly, swiftly, because of his fast brain processing. And that is due to the demon brain itself. The demon brain would be sort of like a narrative device because it has fairly paved the way to show that Baki became a fully fledged Hanma. As strong as it wasn't enough to defeat Yujiro, though Yujiro probably has the demon brain as well. Does he? And maybe Yujiro. I like to see it as something that any Hanma would get at a point of their life when they become like a full-fledged Hanma, or they awaken their own genes to become a full Hanma. Sort of like Baki did in the father-son arc. Yujiro and Yujiro already had theirs. Baki had his now, leaving only Jack to catch up to the other family members. Now, the special information relating to Baki's demon brain is within a Baki side manga, Baki do Mo. I said that weird. It's called Baki do Mo, a comedy and gag manga not created by Itagaki, but with the aid of someone else who respects the story. I will talk more about this manga in another video. However, in this chapter, we do see the fighters getting their sophisticated health check. As you may see from the top right corner, it says, fighters who use their bodies strictly every day are obliged to simply accept a sophisticated health check. In the doctor's waiting room, we see Baki, Oliva, Retsu, Kakukayo, and Katsumi, with Mogi's face on the background picture up here. The next patient is Hanma Baki. His brain is scanned and Mogi reacts saying, "What's this? This is really the human brain?" But then Kureha makes an appearance announcing, "But this will make a fuss. You are still very young, Mogi." Mogi is surprised. What? Kureha declaring "you are still very young" to Mogi is referring to the level of knowledge he has about on weird brains like Baki's, and that Mogi doesn't know much about like how weird brains in general. Very popular brain diagnosis is among the fighters. The shape of the brain is also weird. The super doctor Shinogi Kureha is treating this physiology diagnosis like a TV show. Well, as for the owner of this brain, there should be a mole. Hit the mark. The next brain is Oliva. This is a brain of a fighter like a hard muscle. Mind reading is really amazing. The next brain is Kakukayo's. Can't believe it. This guy with his brain is over 146 years old, which he is giving a positive response. I couldn't translate it. We did not see Katsumi's brain because it is hidden from us, sadly. But I most likely think it would be made of multiple joints because that's his trademark thing in the actual story. But comment down below what you think. Awesome, I guessed them all. Let's see Retsu's brain too. What? Retsukayo's brain is like ground obsidian. Doctor, this brain is... That's not a brain. It's just an ordinary stone. Where's the brain? So what we are able to collect from this when it comes to Baki's demon brain, well, to me it looks as if each fighter's brain is personalized for their own image or for something relating to them. Oliva's brain is like hard muscle due to the fact that he is a very muscular man with tough or hard muscle. Kakukayo's brain is very old and wrinkly with lots of knowledge and experience because he is a very old man with lots of knowledge and experience. Retsu's brain is literally obsidian. This reference is from the time Retsu was training as a Kaio in China. He carved the obsidian into a smooth spherical ball with his own two hands. So this striking stone of obsidian is a representation of Retsu's 4,000 years of Chinese martial arts. Then with all this mentioned, Baki's brain is supposed to embody him as an actual demon with a little mole next to his lips. Judging by this, Oliva, Retsu, and Kaku could have brains like this in the actual story. It's funny to admit, the strong is the beautiful,